I have empties, you have ears. Let's do this. I also have strawberry lemonade spindrift. I've never had this flavor before, but the lemon is my favorite, so I have high hopes. Yeah, that'll do it. I have an absolutely monster box of empties actually on the other side of the couch. That's like a year's worth of empties that I've been saving up for no particular reason, but I know that's gonna take me like 9 hours to get through. I'm gonna be editing that video for a month. So I thought we'd start here, and these are things that I've used up in March and April, which is less intimidating. Some things I fully used up, some things I was using and I'm passing them along. Things that are leaving my life for whatever reason. This is the remains of a Nest holiday candle. We get one every year. It's my fiance's favorite thing in the world. They smell so good. The second we light this, it's like the holiday season has started, and then we use it up around February. I can still smell it. The glass jar is so pretty, but keeping the glass jars that candles come in is one of those things that sounds really nice in theory, and then we go through so many of these that it's like, what am I gonna do with them? I'm gonna have a new set of tableware that's just reused candle glasses. This is the Advanced Climate Control Curl Miracle Treatment from Weedad. Got a really wide sampler of all their curl products, and I'm very excited to work my way through them, but I use this 2 curly wash days in a row. Or rather, you're meant to use it once every 3 washes, so I used it like 1, 2, 3 washes, 2, 2, 3 washes, and both times I had not great hair days. I just think it's maybe too heavy for my hair. Maybe I used a little too much of it. I'm not really sure what the problem is, but I don't think it's for me. So I'm gonna pass it on to a friend with a tighter hair texture than mine and see if they like it. I've had really good luck with some of the Weedad products. I really like the gel, so I really think it's a trial and error thing. Curly, wavy, whatever. My hair is mostly wavy, not so much curly, but you know, it's like curly hair styling. You get it. Curly hairstyling is so personal. It's an art, not a science, I have learned. So if I find a product that's like not working for me, I'm just gonna kind of pass it on. You know, there's stuff that does work. It just takes a lot of experimentation to find it. I also think I'm finally getting confident enough in working with my own hair texture to start to pare back. It was really exciting to go on the journey of like 6 different steps of leave-in and cream and mousse and gel and oil, and I think because my hair is quite fine and thin and more wavy than curly, I think it actually responds better to lighter and less product, I suspect. Okay. Oh, I should be doing this in order, but I'm just following the whims of my curiosity. I'm so sad about these boots, but they had such a good long life. They've been on their way out for like 2 years now because the snakeskin pattern itself is rubbing off at the ankles. I don't know if you can see that, which is not really something a cobbler can fix. And I wore these in a torrential downpour, and that was the day I figured out they had a big old split in the foot, which I know is something a cobbler could probably fix, but they're just at the end of their lifespan. And these are so perfect. They're this lovely deep burgundy color, so they're not brown, so I don't have to decide between black and brown. They go with everything. I love that they have some texture. The heel is the perfect height. They're so walkable and comfortable, and they are tight around the calf. They fit my calves. I have pretty muscular calves, so sometimes I do need a wide calf option, which is nuts. Size inclusivity is so bad, even in footwear. I will avoid that tangent, but they are tight to my calf, but in the perfect way, which is difficult to find. They've got a little bit of stretch. I like that because I can wear them under pants really easily. My other pair of knee-high boots are wider around the calves, and so they like hit my pants and crease them weird. They kind of like make the pant move. So I'm looking for basically another pair of boots exactly like this. That's probably the one winter season thing I need to buy after this year. So I'm very, very sad to see these go. These are from Franco Sarto, by the way, and they don't really have a similar style. You know, I already looked. So I will be on the hunt because these really fulfilled a special spot in my wardrobe. Rest well, sweet prince. You will be missed. I wanted to do like one more glamorous thing before I showed you my toilet empties. The Blueland toilet cleaner tabs, cleaning tabs, they're like dissolvable discs. These I was excited about because it's obviously way better for the environment to use something with zero packaging. They're supposed to be like better on the water system. They don't really work. I use them. I'm happy to get in there and scrub. They're just not as powerful as they need to be. The little tin is so cute, so it's an extra bummer. So if you have a toilet cleaner that you love, let me know. I just got like a big ugly bottle of Lysol, but that won't last forever, so I need Rex. We've had this bottle of Poopery for like 4 years. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment with my fiance. This is a relationship saver, I think. Immediately replace this. Let's get back into some beauty. 2 different body lotion products. These were just in my last favorites video, and you know I really love them because of how quickly I whipped through them. I have such an aversion to putting on body lotion. My number one thing is I hate being sticky. I don't like it. It's why I didn't like the beach for a long time. Being sticky is like my number one sensory ick. Neither of these are sticky. They sink in right away. This one smells really good. This one doesn't smell at all, which is the next best thing. They really do something extra for your skin. It's hard for me to sit here and say a $30, $40 body lotion is worth it when I get gifted so much product. I think my perception of that is very skewed. But if you want to treat yourself, if you're looking to level up your body skincare, if you need something specifically fragrance-free, these do what they say they will do. And that's about all you can ask for. Uni is a small female-owned and founded Australian brand. I met the founder. She was super sweet. ABMA is a small female-founded and owned Palestinian brand. Love to support them. Tick, tick, tick. This is a symbolic empty. Let's go with. This is the de-alcoholized white wine from the brand Naughty. They sent me a whole case, a sampler set of wines to try, and of course I went for a chilled white first. Sauvignon Blanc is my wine of choice pretty much always. Probably oversimplifying this, but my understanding of it is that de-alcoholized wine is brewed, fermented. It's made like regular wine, and then the alcohol is removed. So you get a more complex flavor palette, kind of more of a classic wine experience than things that are specifically like wine substitutes. That's my understanding of it, at least. I have really enjoyed having this. I had a rosé in the fridge. I have a few more to try that they sent me. I've kind of come around on alcohol substitutes because when I was first cutting back on my drinking, it didn't feel like the right move to sort of like, I'm picturing Indiana Jones in the temple replacing the rock with the idol, right? Like I didn't want to just replace a habit with another habit, which could be a good way to go depending on the person. But for me, because I wasn't really dealing with like a dependence on alcohol, and I want to be sensitive about how I talk about this. I don't want to, stigmatize addiction any further. But for me, it was more about the mental health aspect of things. It was about, why do I feel like I need to be a little drunk to socialize? It was about, why do I feel like not being in my sober brain makes it easier to relax? Can I relax sober? Can I give myself the opportunity to check out and enjoy and have fun without needing any kind of a substance to go along with it? Maybe now that I'm describing that does sound like alcohol dependence. So I don't know. I was lucky enough to be in a place where I could sort of play around with how I wanted to approach it. And I didn't feel like going straight from, okay, I'm having a glass of wine after work, let me replace that with a glass of de-alcoholized wine after work. It felt more like the habit was the thing that I was trying to unpack rather than the substance itself. I hope that makes sense. Again, this is a very tricky subject. But now I'm kind of like, well, I enjoy the experience of wine, so maybe if once in a while I'm loosening up on that sort of all or nothing mindset, but I still know that not having the alcohol will feel better for my body. Feels like the better choice for me right now. Then a glass of this can give me that same experience, but without the drawbacks. I will say, I know this is not meant to be a Sauvignon Blanc replacement. It's just sort of like a general white blend, I believe. A general white blend. It is not a one-to-one taste thing. I guess maybe if it was lined up with like a specific type of wine, maybe I could judge that better. It doesn't fully taste like a glass of crisp white wine, but it tastes good. And that's been sort of my experience with all of them. Like there's a sparkling Chardonnay. I do not fuck with Chardonnay. I don't like it. Get it away from me. It's basically the only kind of wine I won't drink. The sparkling Chardonnay did not taste like Chardonnay. It tasted good, which Chardonnay does not. So if you are a sommelier, if you're very picky about your wine, you might not enjoy the replacement aspect, but if you're someone who enjoys wine in general, wants that, does not want the alcohol for whatever reason, I think you would really like this. That was my long way of saying it's not perfect, but it's really good. Here are a couple things that are not run out, but I am getting rid of. I am passing them on to another life. Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I know this is a teeny tiny one, but I love the sample size mascaras because they dry out in the same amount of time as the regular mascaras, and they're super cute. I've tried this one a few times over the years, and I've just always been disappointed, which is funny because my favorite mascara of all time is I think it's L'Oreal, right? The Lash Paradise Waterproof Mascara. Maybe I'd feel differently if this one was waterproof, I don't know. But I think the Lash Paradise was originally intended to be a dupe for this one. So a little bit silly. This has never worked on me. My lashes fall, they get super, super smudgy. I know people really, really ride for this mascara, and it has never worked on me. So I gave it another shot. I think I got this as like a sample in an Ulta order or something. Gave it another shot, still not into it. This is the Sun and Park Beauty Water Overnight Mask. It's got sort of that, what's the word I'm looking for? Like makeup balm, melting makeup cleanser balm oil setup here. It smells nice. It's got a nice light scent. It just hasn't done anything for me. I feel like when I'm using a mask, I want it to have a noticeable impact. And this feels like a nice, thick sort of, what do they call it? When you put like Aquaphor on, I think it's a humectant. Like it feels like it kind of makes a seal, which is not my favorite feel on my skin. And I didn't really notice a difference when I use this for either a short term, like leave it on for a 20-30 minute application, or leave it on all night, overnight, like it says. There's another product that I tried from, the makeup cleansing oil. I also tried the makeup cleansing oil from Sun and Park, and I didn't like that either. So I don't know if there's just like an ingredient that my skin doesn't agree with or what, but I have one more product from them that's sort of like my cellar water substitute that I'm looking forward to try. Every brand pretty much is hit or miss, so I never want to throw something away and be like, this brand sucks, none of this works. But unfortunately, both products I've tried from Sun and Park have not worked for me yet. And I'm just gonna pass this along before it's fully out because I think one of my friends might like it. Again, not bad, just This is another one that's meh. Glamnetic does so many things so incredibly well. Best lashes on the market, best nails on the market. You know I am always in my Glamnetics. The eye makeup remover, I don't think we needed this. It's fine. It works fine. Basically, I used it a couple times and then I never reached for it again because I like my oil cleanser, my water cleanser. If I was wearing like a ton of black eyeliner or something and I really need to get in there, I'll just use a little micellar water on a cotton pad, that's what those are called. So this just like doesn't really have a place in my medicine cabinet. It's fine. It's not groundbreaking. So I don't think you probably need this. I think a cheap one would work the same. So I'm gonna pass this on because I'm not using it and she deserves to be used and loved. I am still on my quest for a perfect drugstore felt tip pen liquid liner in a good dark brown shade that does not pull red and stays on all day. If you know of something like that, please, please, please help me out. I need it. I used the KVD tattoo liner for a long time in the brown shade. And those are just hit or miss for me recently. I don't know if they changed the formula or whatever. They're also kind of expensive. I ideally would not be paying $20 for something like that because they do dry out kind of fast. I just really need something that stays all day. If I'm doing a liquid liner little wing, which is what I like to do most days, it's because I don't want to have to massively prep my eyelids. If I'm going to go to all the trouble to prep and powder and set my eyelids and do like an eyeshadow look, I'm going to do a more complex type of wing. This is so I can keep it in my purse, I can pull it out, I can go think and be done. That is my goal. This Milani one is like the perfect chocolatey brown tone. It's nice and pigmented. The tip is good. It smudged everywhere on me. It dripped and it dragged and it's just, it's called the Tank. It's called Stay Put Tank Eyeliner and it does not hold up to my oily lids. So do with that information what you will. I gotta get this off my hand. My foot's falling asleep. My foot is still a little bit asleep, but I'm being very brave about it. Used up another whole Gainful vegan protein. This is fresh from the rebrand, and they recently launched in Vitamin Shop. I love this stuff. I've worked with Gainful before. This is literally just pea protein and rice protein, and it's 20 grams per serving. The price is right, and this is flavorless. They sell the little flavor booster packets that you can put in to flavor it if you just want to do like a true protein shake. I love there's a salted caramel flavor that I love. There's a chocolate peanut butter flavor that I love. The just dark chocolate is really good if you like a chocolate milk vibe. But I do like that it's flavorless because you can put it into something like a fruit smoothie and then it doesn't affect the taste at all. So if you're sensitive to taste, I recommend this. Went through another Sensodyne. We're a Sensodyne family. And another cocoa floss. This is the best damn floss I have ever used. It's slightly gritty, so it really like gets in there and pulls stuff out. Your mouth will never feel cleaner than when you use this. And I do save the little plastic cases because they sell just the refill spoolie of the floss. So that's kind of nice. They just rebranded as Cocoa Lab because I think they're launching more products. I have yet to try any of those, but they sent me 4 flavors of the floss. I've only done the mint. I don't know how I feel about the fruity ones, but I will report back. As long as it has the texture, I'm sold. I don't need to be chewing on my floss that much. I don't really care what it tastes like, but my favorite floss, it is worth the $10 a spoolie. I promise you. I have loved this moisturizer. I have really enjoyed this GM Cullen Hydromucin Optimal Creme. I've been using it in the morning. It has the loveliest light but cushiony but nourishing texture. It's got a really nice light scent. I love a pump. This was gifted to me, and I've been getting a lot of questions about my skincare recently, and I was gonna go link this, and I looked it up and I realized that it's $98. $98. I can't in good conscience tell you that a $98 morning, no actives moisturizer is worth the price. And I am all for splurging on skincare. I love fancy skincare. When I spend $98 on a single skincare product, it's not a morning moisturizer. You can get a really decent morning moisturizer for like $10. So I love this. If you get your hands on this, if you love really bougie skincare, if another one of these fell out of the sky and into my lap, I would not say no. I don't think it has a demonstrative effect on my skin, and I probably would not personally spend $98 on a moisturizer. 1.7 ounces of cream. This I will be repurchasing. This is the Super Spritz SPF 50 Face Mist from Vacation. Listen, I know a spritz is probably not ideal for coverage, but it's better than nothing. It smells amazing. The Vacation scent, if you've never smelled a single Vacation product, they have it a lot of places now. I know they have it at Ulta. I saw it at CVS the other day. Just go and smell a product. It smells like what I imagine summer in the 80s in the Barbie dream house might smell like. It's delicious. I want to get all of my sunscreen from Vacation, and I frequently do. The nice thing about the spray is that it is really easy to actually reapply. If I'm at the beach, if I'm out doing some sort of adventure sport, very infrequently do I want to put cream on my hands and then put my hands on my face. This spray feels continuous enough with like a consistent and wide enough mist that I think you actually do get quite a bit of good coverage, and it's so easy to just spray on and go. I will say you need to hold your eyes closed for like a full 30 seconds. If you open them, you will be burning in the fire of 1,000 hells. But overall, user experience very good, smell top notch. Will be immediately repurchasing. Love Vacation. A little puff guy that's past his prime. I got this from a cheapie pack from Amazon. I have been Amazon free since the beginning of the year. Thank you so much. I'm really trying. Are we cleaning these? Do you know how to wash these? I'm open to washing it. I think maybe I would try just throwing it in the washing machine, except I don't have a washing machine, so that's not really an option for me. Don't want things to like live inside it. Let me know. These are really good for under eyes, unfortunately. I went through a full bottle of the Timeline Longevity Supplement Cellular Energy Muscle Strength and Endurance Urolithin A MitoPure trademark. This is a 30-day supply. This is also like $200. I should look that up before I make that claim. These were also gifted to me. Again, I'm not saying something's not worth it. It can be worth it to you. If I'm going to spend $200 on something, I need to see a difference. I took this faithfully for 30 days. I didn't feel anything. I have a regular supplement routine, so it might have been overkill. I might not have a demonstrated need for this. The way it was described to me is that it's supposed to help with like cell turnover, so helping you recover, things like that. It's supposed to be anti-aging. I don't know how much I believe in any of that. If you're looking for something really high tech like this, then maybe you would like it. I feel like I can trust the science behind it. It was all pretty rigorous, but for me, it did not make a difference. Would not repurchase this. Pimple patches from the Inky List. There are a few different brands that I use. I like these quite a bit. I find that they are very effective in the short term. Like if I'm having a work from home day, a pimple is happening and I can put this on, it will have sucked everything out in like an hour, which is awesome. I don't notice that they have a greater effect long term. Meaning like overnight, they get everything out right away. This is very much like pimple triage. I also really like the Mighty Patch, Hero Cosmetics Mighty Patch. I love those a lot. I feel like those are the classic. Those are more expensive. I really love the Panoxyl ones, which are very powerful and like half the price of anything else. So these are good. They have some bonus ingredients like salicylic acid to help with skin repair as well, not just the hydrocolloid. I will keep using these, especially because I really love what the Inky List stands for as a brand. Transparency, effectiveness, accessibility. All of their products are under $25. But if you have a pimple patch that you already like, you don't need to go out of your way to try these. Oh, speaking of Hero Cosmetics, this is their Daily Cleansing Balm. It's a classic cleansing balm situation. I love a cleansing balm. I've been using that for, let's see, since I moved to New York, so like 8 years now. My favorite one is the, oh my God, what's it called? I found it in that giant stack of empties I was telling you about, the Vanilla Co. Clean It Zero. This is just my old favorite, my standby, the one I keep going back to. This one was good. I've used some that are very bad. This one was good. I use it all up. I found it not quite as powerful. It took a little bit of extra work, especially around the eyes, but it's good. The Hero Cosmetics products are not like super cheap drugstore price. Like if you want a cheaper one, I think I'd go for the Versed, or I've heard that the e.l.f. one is good. Again, good. If you get your hands on this one, it's gonna work well for you, but I wouldn't go out of my way to try it. 2 more. Almost done. The classic Benetint. This was actually gifted to me by a friend who didn't want it anymore, and I loved it. I didn't think that I would love it, but I did. It doesn't have the best staying power, I'm gonna be honest with you. It doesn't have that like real tough clingy stain, but it's just the perfect rose tint like it claims. It's the perfect shade. I love putting this on when I'm just beginning my makeup as sort of the base for a layered lip routine. It is so annoying that a combo of lip products is always going to look better than just one product, but if you put this on underneath everything, it'll just bring some life back. I need a little bit of color, a little bit of saturation, a little bit of like a rosy tone to anything, because anything nude pulls orange on me. I have olive undertones. So this under like a dusty pink lip, like a nude lip liner and a sheer lipstick, a little bit of this in the center of the lips just like awakens everything. It looks nice as a blush with no other makeup. I do actually think it has some decent staying power as a blush. Just my lips, nothing lasts on my lips, and that's fine. It's fine. Actually, I have found something that does last on my lips, which I have to test out a little bit more, but if I do another favorites video soon, it'll be in there. So let me know if you want an updated favorites video. I'm trying to get into the rhythm of these, but it takes me a while. Benetint will not immediately repurchase, but probably will repurchase in my future. And if you have any lip stain that you really love, please drop a recommendation below and help me out. I got seduced by the Clarins one the last time I went to Sephora, but I'm holding off because I was like, you have a bunch of lippies, you'll be fine. We don't need another one. But it was really appealing. So if you have a lip stain that you love, tell me. Last one is this mascara from Swede Beauty. This is the Cloud Mascara in black. It's pretty good. Not my favorite ever. I especially don't love a wand like this. I think I learned that this, the like plasticky one with the tiny spikes, this is a molded wand as opposed to a wire wand, or brush rather. Like, I think the Better Than Sex, I think this counts as a wire brush. I prefer a wire brush. This is pretty much like my ideal mascara wand. This one surprised me with how much I like it, even though it does have that molded wand. It had pretty good hold. My lashes weren't smudging. I think they got like a little bit of drop, but I don't think it's waterproof. So that does that to me. I will say I like to use a lash primer, and this did not play super nicely over the lash primer. It clumped up a little bit. This was much better for like a very natural, like one coat and done lash look. And my lashes are pretty long but frail, so I tend to want a little more like volume and beef in my mascara. I want a beefier mascara, and this one was a little wimpy, but good, performs well. I think a lot of people would really like this. So that's what I got for you. I love empties because I love seeing what people are actually using and have a firm stance on, rather than just new products all the time. So once I find an old faithful, I stick to it. I will get that giant empties done at some point. Someday when I have a spare 9 hours hanging around, it will be done, but we'll be here for a while, so we can build up our tolerance together, work on our attention spans. Let me know what's your favorite thing you've used up in the past month, especially, again, lip stain recommendation, liquid eyeliner pen recommendation. You would really be helping me out. Thanks for hanging out with me. I love you so much. I hope you are taking care of yourself, and I'll see you later.